And here we have game two. Both players choosing to go to Pokemon Stadium instead. This stage might be able to benefit Falcon because of the platforms. He's able to more easily extend his up air combos. Oh, hits him with the down air right off stage, trying to take that stock. However, Falcon is going to be at far too low percent in order for that to work. Hits him with the Raptor Boost, hits him with a second hit of that up smash. It's an incredibly strong attack. It's been buffed over several patches. One of Falcon's best moves, to be sure. One of the best up smashes in the game, period. Reads the counter, however, just misses the punish. Gets hit with the down throw into up air once again. Is able to finally punish the up smash that time. Kirbo misses the up smash, however, goes for a forward throw off stage, just barely misses the edge guard. Once again, Kirbo not able to hit a lot of those. Hits with the down air, doesn't go for a confirm to knee, instead of going for the safer up air to tack on some percent, and then finally taking the final stock with that down tilt. It sends at a very low angle, meaning that it kills very early, and it's very hard to recover from, especially for a character like K-Rool, who can struggle to recover if he's intercepted. Hits him with the anti-air up smash. Falcon at very high percent. Big Cheese only having taken 3.7% so far. Hits him with a down air, and the side weak hitbox is going to be enough to kill Kirbo at this high of a percent. Both players roughly even. However, Kirbo does hit him with some basic rudimentary confirms here. She's at 64, now 72%. Both players playing very aggressively here. Kirbo, however, dominating the pace of the match so far, is able to hit the up air into Falcon Dive combo, predicts the counter yet again. Also predicts a go back to stage directly. However, it looks like it's not going to quite pan out like that. Just misses the back air, goes for a Falcon Dive. However, K-Rool's able to anti-air and get some momentum back. Falcon once again being set back to neutral. Kirbo here does have a pretty comfortable lead, but he'll need to actually take this stock if he wants to make advantage of it. K-Rool is a very heavy character, and he deals a lot of damage. Two traits which are incredibly good for rage. Now that he's at 160%, he has max rage enabled, meaning he takes deals 10% more knockback. K-Rool's going to have to make use of that in the third stock, though, because that will be the end of his second. Kirbo potentially looking to take game two here. Goes for the edge guard, but doesn't quite get it. Barely makes it back to stage. Predicts the aggressive forward smash, and is able to get the down air, taking Biggie Cheese's final stock and taking him to game three. Looks like Kirbo was finally able to get those edge guards that he's been looking for basically the entire set. He's also gotten a lot more consistent since game one with those kill confirms. Those are going to be huge in this matchup. K-Rool, again, very, very heavy character. Doesn't take a lot of knockback. Falcon does deal pretty good knockback, but it's not quite enough to offset just how heavy he is. For what it's worth, Biggie Cheese, once he can get momentum pretty easily in the start of the game. However, once he loses that momentum, he looks like he has trouble getting it back. He's not that good at making comebacks. Both these players will have to adapt to each other. That being said, Kirbo is in a prime position to take this. It looks like he's adapted to Cheese's tactics a lot faster than Cheese has adapted to his. He also goes for a lot of that down air there, as we can see. However, K-Rool's recovery is uniquely adept at avoiding upwards, like more vertical edge guarding. If Kirbo really wants to take this set, he's going to have to go for more of that knee, go for more of that nair, go for more of that back air off stage. That move is incredibly vulnerable, but only on its side. If he keeps on going for this down air, he may not look at the edge guards that he needs, and that may be the deciding factor of this game. Looks like the next game is about to start. Oh, interesting turn of events here. Looks like Kirbo's going to be going DK. Biggie Cheese is going to be going DK. This is very, very interesting here. Kirbo instead electing to stick with Falcon. This could potentially be an even better matchup for Kirbo here. K-Rool, for what it's worth, at least has armor on many of his attacks. DK not as privileged. Similarly slow and powerful. However, he's even arguably more combo food because he just doesn't have the same escape options that K-Rool does, thanks to that armor and that counter. DK has neither. Now, as we can see here, Kirbo, decent lead. However, one hit of that up air goes for the confirm into the knee. However, just misses it. DK hits with that forward smash. The one thing that DK might have over K-Rool, though, is range. He may not have a projectile, but his general moves are a bit longer, and he also has that grounded up B, which is a kill move. Goes to charge that punch. That punch is incredibly strong when fully charged. However, that charging weakness is a bit of a factor. You can usually get it in between stocks. However, it's something that he has to be very specific when confirming into. Kirbo doesn't have that same limitation with most of his kill options. His kill options are kind of just you combo into them directly. Interrupts that grounded up B with the armor on the side B. That's one of the things that Falcon is very good. That side B Raptor boost has armor on its grounded hits, meaning that it will simply blow through other attacks they try to intercept you with. It's going to be a very, very good approach option when it comes to disrespecting an opponent's offense. He's finally able to take his stock. However, this may have been what Big Cheese was looking for, as he's now has a pretty comfortable lead. Kirbo misses the confirm into Falcon dive and actually SDs. Now in a very bad position to take 2 stocks off of DK, is one of the heaviest characters in the game. That being said, his vertical edge guards are going to be a lot more effective against DK's up special off stage, as it's not nearly as protected. It's sort of an opposite of K-Roll situation. It's very good at protecting off the sides, but not so much vertically. That force match going to be taking Big Cheese's second stock. Both players now on match point. Kirbo buffers an air dodge, but doesn't quite die from it. 73% off stage, doesn't go for the edge guard, goes for center stage, goes for the nair confirms, predicts the air dodge in with the up smash, hits with the up tilt offside, goes for the edge guard, doesn't quite get it. However, that whiffed up air from Biggie Cheese is going to be the end of the set. That was his final mistake, and Kirbo takes the set 2-1. M3 going to be going Ridley and Tab 0 going Wolf. M3 plays heavyweight, so it may be easy to see why this matchup could potentially be a struggle for him. Wolf, a character with very good projectiles, very good spacing, just generally a lot of very, very good moves that are surprisingly large and safe given what they do. M3, on the other hand, plays characters who are generally slower and stronger. Emphasis on survivability here, but that low speed is going to be the absolute bane. And then we see Tab 0 running all over M3. M3 having to be able to take a single hit so far. Tab 0 just whiffing that up smash, using laser to zone out, hits with the offstage, tries going for an edge guard, is able to recover back, clashes forward smashes with M3. Tab 0 expertly avoiding these hits, hits him off stage with the back air. M3's in a very rough position here, is able to hit him with the side B. However, it's not enough percent for him to be able, it's enough percent for him to be able to wiggle out. Tab 0 goes for the 2 frame on that down smash. For those of you who don't know, when grabbing the ledge from below, there are 2 frames or a 30th of a second where you're vulnerable, and some moves hit below the ledge, so you can potentially catch recoveries that way. M3's dealt a bit of damage here. However, Tab 0 is absolutely dominating the place of this game. That said, M3's clawing it back. He's doing everything he can, and that up smash is going to take M3's first stock. For despite sizes, Ridley is not a particularly heavy character. Samus is actually heavier. He's going to have to work very hard here. Tab 0 at 70%. Zoning out with lasers, playing very patiently. M3 trying his best to weave through this absolute barrage to no avail. Tries using Fireball to zone out. However, Tab 0 just keeps on using that laser, playing very carefully here. Laser once again looks like he tried to reverse it that time, but didn't quite get it. predicts a fall down. Never doesn't get it, so that forward tilt will just whiff. Both characters playing neutral. Tab 0 just getting individual hits and just racking up damage slowly but surely. Looks like he goes for an aggressive read there, however, chooses to do laser just so that way he can kind of stay back and see what he does next and punish him for trying to do it. M3 just misses that down smash, tries to use a laser punish, doesn't quite is able to roll through it. However, Tab 0 chasing him on platforms. M3 needs to close out this stock. That was his chance, however, he just misses it. Both players whiffing their smash attacks, able to get an air off stage, doesn't quite go for the edge guard, instead waits to see what he predictable get up attack is going to take M3's next stop. Tab 0 still on his third stock. M3 not having been able to take anything here. He's going to need a miracle in order to get this one back. Dash attack sends him off stage. Able to predict the aggressive approach, runs back and dashes back in after the hitboxes on M3's moves have come out, with punishing him very heavily here. Oh, tries going for a side B kill. That move's incredibly strong near the tip, however, doesn't quite get it, and that back air is going to be the game. Tab 0 takes the set 2-0. Alright, we have our next match for today. Kirbo versus EB932. EB932 playing Cloud here. Character we haven't seen so far. It's obviously sword character, large hitboxes on most of his moves. However, Cloud has a unique limit mechanic where his specials can get powered up at that limit gauge that you see in the above his little icon here. Eventually, he'll start glowing blue, and his movement will change, his physics generally change, and his special moves get better. Usually he conserves this for his up beast, because normally without limit it's not very good for getting him back onto stage or for one of his special moves, particularly that, as we can see, their limit cross slash. Very strong kill move. Kirbo not able to get a footing so far, as EB has a slight lead, using a lot of that climb hazard in neutral. Very punishable move. Kirbo might be able to take advantage of that if he's able to just space it out enough. Also spikes off stage, so you might have to be careful of that as an edge guarding tool, and that forward smash is going to take Kirbo's first stock. EB under the tag Ellis here, taking 43.6%. Kirbo just not able to get an opening. This climb hazard has invincibility on it. Getting caught in the early active frames, however, he's able to throw him off stage. Just whiffs the smash attacks here. Looks like Kirbo's spacing is a bit off. Ellis resetting him with that side special. However, Kirbo's able to grab the shielded climb hazard. He might have just found the counterplay. Down smashes him off stage. It predicts it. Is unable to spike because he's too far. Oh, just misses the read on the Falcon Punch. I can't tell whether or not that was a misinput. However, if it was, he wasn't the worst thing to happen to him. His forward slash off stage looks like EB's just trying to go for limit here. Kirbo not quite knowing what to do. Goes for an air edge guards, unable to get it. However, once again, that up special. Tries to anti-air himself with the up smash. However, Kirbo's going to avoid it with the Falcon kick. Baits it out, hits him with the up smash himself, and that's going to take EB's first stock. Kirbo at 116% has to play very carefully around all the forward smashes that EB's throwing out here. However, his combo game might be enough to do it. Goes for the side B off stage to try and spike him early. However, he doesn't fall for it. Kirbo now on only one stock and gets the edge guard. Gets the down air off stage. EB gets spiked. All of a sudden, this game is breakneck even. This could go either way. This started out very well for EB. However, looks like Kirbo might be learning his strategies. Falcon kicks off stage accidentally, most likely. Predicts it, is able... Gets him the down throw. And the spike hitbox, he grabs ledge. A tragic end, getting spiked himself after spiking EB on the second stock. EB takes game 1. Now, it looks like Kirbo here has a couple of options if he wants to play a bit better in this matchup. The main thing here is that climb hazard up special is an extremely punishable move, as we can see here. Kirbo began learning that at the end of the first game, however, it wasn't enough to get him the win. However, now that he has this knowledge, he'll be able to make his punishes a bit more effective. EB also missed a lot of his edge guards. He went for the nair a couple times, and both of them missed. He also should probably stop using that move so often in neutral. Again, like I said with Kirbo, it's very, very punishable. It doesn't do a lot of knockback, so it never really kills, but it looks like he's banking more so on limit to find his kills, waiting for them to do something in neutral and then hitting them with the limit cross slash here. If both players want to win, they're going to have to play around his spam of climb hazard. In EB's case, it's going to be breaking that habit, and in Kirbo's case, it's going to be punishing EB if that habit isn't able to be broken. Being said, we might be seeing a character switch here. All depends on whether or not Kirbo thinks his punishes would be more optimal with Falcon or with someone else. Good punishes are the name of the game here. Looks like he's going to be sticking Falcon into game 2. Players choosing to go back to Final Destination. Kirbo doesn't have any platforms to extend his up air combos on, and no platforms to potentially catch the climb hazard. And we can see this already potentially not working out for him as he hits him with several cross slashes. A climb hazard already, taking 63.5, now 80%. Kirbo not being able to find punishes, finally gets the Raptor boost. He's able to interrupt his attempted forward smash with the jab, however, predicts it once again, hits him off stage. How Cloud does have limit, and there it is. There's the limit climb hazard that I was talking about earlier at the beginning of game 1. That is a very good recovery tool, and EB may just want to hold on to that or potentially just try using it for offense to finally make limit high, because limit climb hazard as opposed to regular climb hazard, it does actually have kill potential. Hits him with the up smash though. Looks like EB has no problem killing, trying to bait out options from Kirbo. Tries getting an up smash, however, not able to quite get it, whiffs the nair. He's trying to fade back a bit more than he was able to given his airspeed. Just misses, however, that down tilt sends at a very low angle. This percent's going to be enough to kill him off the side. Kirbo has a very slight lead here, however, any strong straight hit like that down air from Cloud is going to be enough to take the first stock. Kirbo able to chase him down, though. Falcon, a very fast character on the ground. Pretty fast in the air as well. Hits him with the back air. Predicts the roll in, however, just missed space it, not able to get it. Goes for the limit cross dash, isn't able to. Calls out the spot dodge with the Raptor boost. Tries to Falcon kick through his approach once again. The knee gets stuffed out by the forward smash. Once again, using climb hazard as a punish tool, it seems to be working out for him pretty well. Where, as we've seen, Kirbo does know how to punish it, at least from the ground. From the air, it's a bit more ambiguous. Grabs, throws him off stage, predicts a climb hazard, so goes for an up smash, however, just avoids it. Just whiffs on the forward smash here. Kirbo goes for the edge guard, however, air dodges out, expecting the second hit that never comes. Might be trying to do that to sort of dissuade punishes. Tries to punish a bit too early and gets hit by the landing hitbox. Uses the neutral, the projectile limit enhanced, charges limit. Just trying to find those moves because he likes to use up special a lot, and that move doesn't kill. Limit's going to be the main way he finds kills here, though, of course, obviously he doesn't shy away from using smash attacks. As we can see here, it looks like there have been some technical difficulties as the game has crashed on our side. We will get back to you very, very shortly, hopefully.
That was crazy.
Dude's doing strings.
want to try and get into? Looks like
They just finished their set. I'll ask us for.
yeah.
May I? Assassin. M3. M3. Same password as last time. 2227.
So what?
2227.
There we go.
Thank you. Alright, and here we have another game from M3 Assassin playing against D-Dicey here under the tag that his school uses. D-Dicey playing Lucas and M3 playing Bowser. Bowser, a character, a ton of armor. He can just blow through opponents' attacks. They just simply do not flinch him if they're not strong enough, or if he's using specific moves. However, Lucas here, a very zoning heavy character. We see there that PK fire. That is a incredibly good projectile. He's going to be using a lot of a neutral. For what's worth, Bowser can just destroy Lucas if he's able to get in close. That being said, being able to get in close against a zoner like this is going to be very difficult. M3 is going to have to just play around his fireball. Just have to play around his fireball game here. He's having a bit of trouble with it. I just don't want to say it goes for the PK freeze, not able to. That move will freeze opponents at high percents, and offstage is potentially a death, and the uppy is not going to be able to go far enough. M3 loses his first stock offstage. Goes for a forward air, however, gets stuffed out by the nair, comboing the drag down into a jab, reads the roll in, goes for a down smash, goes for a forward slash, once again predicting an aggressive option. M3 trying to go for a back air to intercept it, however, not able to. Bowser does outrange Lucas when we're not factoring in projectiles, though. His normals are higher, so that sort of mid-range Bowser might be able to make something happen. Looks like he goes for an offstage down air, however, it gets interrupted by Bowser's up special. Goes for it again. That's not going to get interrupted this time. Dicey now 2 stocks up. M3 on his very last stock, however, is at high percent against Bowser as a lightweight, which means that he will explode if Bowser simply looks at him funny. However, that being said, actually getting the hits that he needs is going to be very difficult. Very evasive character, obviously very small, and that down special, right as I say that, that Bowser bomb's going to take his first stock. It is an upward battle here, though. Might not be able to do it. Gets 2 framed by the down smash, just barely misses. The edge guard goes for the PK Thunder. One of Lucas's main weaknesses is his recovery. If M3 is willing to go off stage and risk it, that's a very easy move to intercept. Also a functional projectile that he can steer. He recovers by blasting it back into himself, and it is very strong if used like that. However, and he uses the multi-hits of the down air to drag him off stage with the final hit, finally sending him down with a JV3 stock. Dicey takes game 1. Unfortunately, M3's match will get interrupted here. We had a few technical difficulties, but we're back here with Kirbo. and their set should be beginning shortly. Alright, so here we have Kirbo versus Master of Characters here. Kirbo, typical Falcon, while Master of Characters going Corrin, a character you don't see very often. A very basic character with some interesting gimmicks. Very good up air, generally good ground moves. In an interesting move in her side special is a unique pin that gives her multiple fallouts, as we can see here. That reverse kick is only one of several that she can do, so it is rather unpredictable as a move. She also has a projectile which is able to stun opponents in place and has a melee hitbox, meaning that it's generally multifaceted tool. As we can see here, that stun coming into play. Depending on range, she can actually confirm the projectile into the chomp attack that you can see there. That animation is not for show, that does have a hitbox, and it's one of her better kill options. Using the forward tilt, though, just generally trying to get him off stage. It appears to be working, though, as Kirbo's just trying to run in. Is able to predict it that time, however, Master of Characters just barely avoids projectile there. Kirbo drags him off stage. Facing a percent deficit here, Kirbo may lose his first stock early, which would be very, very bad for him. Falcon, decent comeback character, however, it's difficult. Gets hit by the down air out of neutral. Is able to launch him off stage, though. Kirbo at 163%. He might be able to make this work. Predicts a roll in. Isn't able to get it. However, that weak hit on the down air that sends out is actually going to work to his benefit here. Going to take Master of Character's first stock. So the Nair confirms, predicts, or just miss spaces, and the counter whiffs. Corrin has a unique counter that sends upwards instead of outwards, which means that it kills us generally the same percent regardless of where on stage she hits it. And that projectile is going to have enough raw knockback to take Kirbo's stock there. Hits him with the very edge of his up smash. Now we get it. Interrupts offense with the jab combo. Gets hit off stage. This could potentially be very bad. Just barely makes it back on. That Falcon hit being predicted once again. The pin gets blown through by the armor on the side B. Kirbo back off stage. Looks like Master of Characters really wants to keep him out. Just try to get him off stage because Falcon's recovery is not the greatest, and Corrin's edge guarding is definitely workable. Just misses the up smash. Gets hit by the down air. Goes for the dash attack, trying to attack Chaser, and just misses. Barely misses again. Gets hit by the get up attack. Avoiding these projectiles, just trying to get in. Using a lot of dash attack here, not generally hitting with it too often. Just trying to catch his aggressive landings. He's able to that time, just barely mistimed the dash attack. However, that combo that I mentioned before, that projectile into the chomp up close, is going to be enough to take Kirbo's second stock. Now on his final stock, Master Characters at 87% here. Tries comboing the down tilt into the up tilt, isn't quite able to work, just doesn't have the frame advantage for that to be applicable. Hits him with the up smash, and that is going to be a Master of Characters' second stock. Both players now on last stock. Kirbo at a slight percent deficit. By the down air, uses the dash attack to launch him off stage, scoops him with the up air, hits him with the up special. Kirbo at 71, now 85%. Potentially be bad. He doesn't have quite enough rage for it to be good, but he's still in kill window. If any of these projectiles hit, or if that chomp hits, or if any of the smash attacks hit, that could potentially be the game, and that is going to be it. Just as I mentioned, Master of Characters taking game 1 over Kirbo. Now, both these characters, Corrin could potentially zone out Kirbo here. She does have the sword, she has the range. However, Kirbo does have the speed. Captain Falcon, very fast character, both mobility, but also in terms of frame data. Perhaps not in startup, though, and that could potentially be what Master of Characters could abuse here. See, the thing with Captain Falcon is that most of his moves aren't very fast to start up. So if he isn't, his general game plan against characters with less range than him is to use a move and kind of drift into them using his good mobility. However, if Corrin has better range than Captain Falcon does, all of a sudden that strategy doesn't work because he's not able to outrange his opponent, and their generally similar frame data is going to be able to simply intercept it when he tries doing aggressive approaches. However, as we can see, movement is an equal factor there. Master of Characters making great use of dashbacks, goading Kirbo into doing aggressive options, and then punishing him during the end lag. For what it's worth, Kirbo has some potential things that you can take advantage of. Predictable use of that projectile. The one thing about that fireball is that it does take a while for it to finish once it's fired. due to the melee attack. So if he potentially sees the fireball coming, he could jump over it and potentially punch with the down air, which is one of Captain Falcon's best starters. Just simply go for a grab. Start combos at a bit lower percents. Both these characters looks like, oh, we see a character change here. Kirbo going Incineroar. Looks like he's trying to punish that fireball, but doing it in a rather unique way. See, this character has the unique down special Revenge, which will increase the damage of his next attack when he absorbs an opponent's attack of his own, and that includes projectiles. So this character, he tries to use it right there, as we can see. However, looks like Master of Characters was somewhat predicting this. However, hits him with the down air, is able to start a bit of a combo, however, not able to convert it into something too major. Here we can see that Revenge coming into play, countering that projectile, instantly dealing a ton of damage. Master of Characters now at 93% after only a few interactions. Goes for an Revenge again. Jab sends him off stage, is able to go through the projectile with armor. Doesn't go for the off-stage play, instead chooses to stay on stage, tries to catch the ledge jump, isn't able to work it, gets pinned, gets hit, tries to go for another Revenge, however, uses the up special just as a panic option, which appears to be working. Master of Characters not expecting it. Using forward air aggressively, it's going to catch him, just barely not killing. Last hitbox on up special. It's going to Revenge it. This is huge. That hitbox does a lot of damage, and the more damage it does, the more Revenge is boosted. Barely avoids it. If he isn't able to spend it, though, it will stop being into effect, and that up special is going to utilize the Revenge, taking Master of Characters first stock. His Lariat instant 25% on the table. Goes for the edge guard with the down air, isn't able to get it. Kirbo does have some decent rage to work with here at 116%. Incineroar heavy character, however, not heavy enough to survive the pin kick attack, and that's going to take Kirbo's first stock. Both characters basically even. However, Kirbo may have potentially found the counterplay for these predictable fireballs here, or just generally as a get-off-me option in general. As we can see here, Revenge dealing insane amounts of damage, making his Lariat go from 25% all the way up to 75.5. That move is nutty when used in conjunction with Revenge. He's able to stack multiple Revenges on top of each other. As we can see here, tries to get more of it. The next hit could potentially be death if it's strong enough, and that Lariat going to take him from 75 to 150. Kirbo did not hit him with a single move that was not Lariat that entire stock, and he still managed to take it in only 3 exchanges. This is what Incineroar does. This is why Kirbo picked this character. That being said, if Master of Characters is able to get the momentum back, this may be done for him. He's able to predict the counter, not able to get a punish on it though. He's barely able to get hit by the forward tilt off stage. Revenges the projectile. Once again, the Lariat coming already at 107%. Incineroar is an absolute monster. This character deals insane damage, goes underneath it, tries going for the side B off stage, that's not going to be enough. However, Kirbo has built a sizable lead for himself. Any good smash attack at this percent from any portion of the stage will do it. He also has that killing back throw, goes for the edge guard, isn't able to get it. Ledge charge, goes for the back air, just barely misses. Kirbo waiting for him to use that fireball, give him his own Revenge, is able to hit him with the Lariat, and that is going to be the game. Kirbo taking game 2 with the Incineroar counter pick. That was a very, very good choice, as we can see here. I mentioned that the fireball was giving him a lot of trouble as Captain Falcon, and Incineroar a lot better at punishing those projectiles. Predictable use of them can simply be revenged, and it's not the fastest projectile in terms of movement speed, so he can potentially react to it just happening and punish directly after. Incineroar obviously already a very strong character with that extra revenge mechanic that simply gives him more damage. It's going to be an absolute monster. Corrin, average weight, decent recovery. Incineroar, heavyweight, not very good recovery. Corrin could potentially do a bit more edge guarding than they are now. Master of Characters should probably go for a lot of more off-stage interaction against Incineroar. However, it is understandably scary to undertake. Incineroar's recovery options do deal a lot of knockback. Same could be said for Corrin, though, and especially for Incineroar. He can't risk going too far off stage because he will die if he overextends. That being said, with last game's performance, he may not need to. Kirbo here showing that he is able to adapt to an opponent's picks with just simply knowing what options to do when. Those Lariats, he took the entirety of the second stock without using a single move other than Lariat. It is insanely damaging, especially in conjunction with Revenge. Going into game 3 here, Master Character is going to have to do a lot in order to play around Revenge, potentially bait it out, try punishing it, because it does have vulnerability. It's not going to be too much. You see her going to Kalos Pokemon Stadium. These platforms could potentially prove useful for Kirbo, though. Platforms off stage like this generally benefit characters with weaker recoveries, which Kirbo definitely has. Just barely misses the revenge on the projectile there. Hits him off stage already, only at 36%. That back throws a ton of knockback. Predicts the get up, however, does miss space it. Gets hit with a multi-jab off stage. Both players basically dead even. Goes for the pin off stage, gets off stage himself, however, not able to punish. Goes for the forward smash, very nearly kills. Incineroar, even without revenge, is a terrifying character to go up against. Oh, gets hit and instantly goes to 72%, however, is able to get the revenge. And that lariat might be enough to kill, just barely. Kirbo takes the first stock against Master of Characters. Hit the multi-jab yet again. It looks like he's not backing off at all on the projectiles. This could potentially be his undoing. He has a lot of rage here. Instantaneous 55.4% from Kirbo there. Tries baiting it out with the down smash. Isn't quite able to get it. Spacing out with the forward tilt. Goes in for the grab, predicting the shield, and he's able to get it. Gets launched off stage, however, he now has the platform to go back to. Oh, is able to uppy right around that projectile. That would have been close, though. That probably would have killed Kirbo if it had landed. He still has to play carefully around it while he's in the air, but while he's on the ground, that projectile is simply just free damage in the future. Gets launched off stage, once again using that projectile as a sort of edge guarding tool. Intentionally misses the lariat to make him go out and potentially get him to off stage buffer an air dodge like he did there. Master of Characters, after dominating game 1, is now on match point here against Kirbo. Kirbo could potentially take this entire set with just one single good read, as he almost gets there. However, that down air is going to stuff it out. Is able to revenge. A lariat here might not be able to kill with this much revenge. It's going to be close. Instead, he chooses to use his neutral special there. He's at 170%. Not only is Incineroar incredibly powerful and he has revenge, he now has max rage as well. This is going to be a dangerous situation. He just misses the revenge. Interrupts the pin with the neutral air. Goes for it, tries to confirm into the up special. Isn't able to get it. Revenges with the late active frames. Just gets his side B intercepted, though, by that Corrin pin. Launches him off stage. Kirbo might try going for an edge guard here. No, it looks like he's going to take stage control instead. Hits him with the, goes off the other side with the forward air. Tries to cover a ledge option. Tries again, confirming that down tilt. Isn't able to get it. Using a lot more revenge now. Oh, he's able to predict the dash attack. Goes around. That just barely doesn't kill. Looks like he's going for an edge guard. The down air just barely misses Kirbo, not getting the edge guards. However, he doesn't show that he needs to. And that final lariat's going to take the set. Kirbo, after losing game 1, is able to bring it back in reverse 2-0, taking game 3 and winning the set over Master of Characters. That was incredible to watch.
to the ring.
Right, and here we have another set from M3 Assassin, playing against Thorium Lad under the tag for Jesse. Here M3 once again playing as Bowser, Thorium Lad playing Rob. This character is very dangerous, very good character, has been since the start of the game. Good projectiles, and that side B, as we can see here, getting a lot of use out of that move. Generally not used as frequently as it is, but very good to use off stage. It looks like he's trying to use it more as an offensive option. Rob also has the gyro, as you saw him throw out there. It's a chargeable projectile that does a lot of knockback. Looks like Thorium Lad just wants to use a lot of these special moves to try and call out M3, and it appears to be working. Both pairs are somewhat even, but M3 is at a % deficit. Gets hit by the down air off stage, gets launched to the side, goes for another down air off stage, however, isn't quite able to get it, and that last rotary arm is so scaled that it's not going to be enough to kill. Just missed the down smash, goes for another side B. M3 very high % here, however, it's very heavily scaled, so he could potentially make this out. Uses his own gyro against him and takes Thorium Lad's first stock with his own projectile. Thorium Lad choosing to goes try zoning out once again. Now that move is no longer scaled, that's going to take M3's first stock. M3 does not yet have an answer. Instead, calling out with his own special move of his own, tries punishing out of shield a bit too early. Not able to get it. Looks like he tried to use Bowser up special out of shield as one of the best out of shield options in the game. However, it doesn't have invisibility on frame 1, but frame 6, meaning it can't be used to catch the gaps in that pressure here. As it tries to get his recovery with the up air, however, it just misses. Using that fire breath, trying to zone him out. Looks like he's finally learned his lesson on how to punish that move on shield, and now all of a sudden Thorium Lad's going to have a lot more to contend with. Forward air gets him off stage. Isn't able to get with the full hits of that because of Bowser's unique tough guy mechanic. This character has passive armor to where certain moves, if they don't deal enough knockback, will simply just not flinch Bowser. Looks like the multi-hits of Rotary Arm are one of them. Uses the down air on shield. Thorium Lad not able to punish it. M3 off stage, not having been edge guarded so far. It looks like he tried using perhaps a grounded or maybe intended to do that aerial up special. Tried calling him out. Once again, whiffing these down airs. Goes in for the command grab. And Thorium gets hit with the up air. Baits it out. Goes for another command grab. Is he going to bait it out again? He does. Goes for a third command grab. And finally, that one's going to be enough to kill. M3 Assassin takes game 1. We can see here, Thorium Lad likes using side B quite a lot. It's a good move, don't get me wrong, but something tells me that using this move this often in neutral may not be for the best. As we can see here, it is very, very punishable. Bowser's command grab is not a good out of shield option, and even it is able to punish it. It basically just gives him free 18% if he's not jumping. That being said, it could potentially catch his jumps, though Bowser's large hitboxes may prevent him from doing that in this specific matchup. Rob is a character that generally has very good normals. Rob's down tilt is incredible. Rob's jab is very good. His forward tilt's a good spacing tool, and his up tilt's great for combos. He also has generally good grabs. able to reposition very well with them, as most characters are. However, with raw positioning is especially useful because he has gyro and he has such a scary off-stage theme. I'm kind of surprised that Thorium Lad didn't go for the side B off stage. That rotary arm special move that he's been using a lot, the spin, is very, very good when the opponent is off stage because it will kill at just 50%. So he may want to start using that if he wants to be able to take the set against Bowser, especially against Bowser. A character with not a very good recovery. It's very predictable. It's basically the perfect food for Rob's side B. However, he just isn't going for it, choosing to stay on stage instead. For what it's worth, M3 could also probably go for a few more edge guards. Wasn't really able to knock him off stage super well. And most of the time he chose to stick center stage. However, it did appear to work game 1, so he may just want to stick with the winning strategy and not take risks like that unless he absolutely has to. Going into game 2, they might switch stages, and they do, to Town and City. Very similar stage to Final Destination because the platforms are not as impactful as they are on a ton of other stages. You can see by the rotary arm once again. It looks like he's trying to use that gyro disadvantage. He was able to use it very well first stock last game, taking it with his L. Oh, just misses the side B by doing it in the wrong direction. Goes for a fire breath, gets stuffed out, gets hit by another side B. Thorium Lad has a decent 40% lead. However, this could vanish in an instant, as we can say. So we can see if he tries using it, he will just get free punishes, and it looks like he started adapting to the grab there by going for his own grabs instead of just like letting him shield side B. That being said, M3 is now playing a lot more with grab, so he might potentially be able to make more use out of that grab than he would be otherwise. Just misses the command grab once again. Misses another command grab, is not able to be as consistent. Of course, as I say that, he gets it. And is able to hit with the up air, just barely misses. Just barely misses another up air. Might be able to close out this stock. He's looking, he's trying to find a way to end it. Rotary arm's going to send him off stage once again, using the gyro. Tries to use the boosted laser. That move charges as the game goes on and becomes larger and more powerful as it does so. That being said, M3 doing a good job avoiding it, patiently waiting out the side B, not punishing too early, and punishing with his own command grab that's going to take Thorium Lad's first stock. Just waiting for him to approach. Intercepts the set approach with a forward arm that immediately gets rotary armed. Uses the get up attack, trying to break it with the invincibility. Predicts it yet again and goes behind him instead, hitting him with the back air, taking 52%. Anti-airs the up smash. Tries going for the forward air, however it just misses because of that move. And he breaks shield. This is going to be the stock. Bowser with a fully charged forward smash. Rob just gets deleted. Not even spending a few frames on the screen there. The knockback was so fast. Uses the command grab, tries going for an edge guard, however he goes high instead. Looks like M3 is just trying to break shield, is trying to get any advantage he can. He does have max rage now. He deals 1.1 times more knockback now. Bowser with a knockback increase is a very, very scary character, especially as Rob. Even as Rob, character with generally good weight and very good recovery, this could still be dangerous. And it shield pokes or he punishes too early or something happens and M3 will lose his first stock. That being said, Thorium Lad is on his last legs here at 91%. It's going to need a miracle in order to get this one back. Just barely misses, able to hit with another rotary arm. M3 gets caught by another one. Looks like he tried doing some sort of ground move, but wasn't able to in time. Just failing to pick up the gyro, tries throwing it to gain space. Doesn't punish. Thorium Lad choosing to zone out. Tries going for the up smash, and that Bowser bomb down special is going to finish off the set. M3 taking it.
into the ring.
And here we have another Kirbo set for you here, going against Trash Guy under the tag Slippy. Both players have won a game and lost a game, so we're going to be going into a Game 3 situation here. See how it goes. Looks like they're selecting their stage. It looks like the set's about to begin. And here we go, Trash Guy going Snake and Kirbo going Incineroar. Snake is the zoner to end all zoners. His up smash is a projectile. He has an incredibly fast grenade that is frame 1, or 60th of a second. He has a side special, which is a steerable missile. Here we can see him using that grenade. He has a ton of projectiles. He can set landmines. He is the character who wants to keep the opponent out. Incineroar is the exact opposite of this. Very heavyweight character, we can see from our previous sets tonight. With some projectile counterplay, though. That might be why he's chosen him. He wants to revenge the projectiles as he throws them. However, it looks like Trash Guy's appears to have adapted to this playstyle somewhat. To simply avoiding it, goes for the Nikita, is able to force Kirbo into SDing game 1, only having taken 64%. Trash Guy, not in the best position though. The armor on his up special move can only go so far, and it doesn't have the good hitbox for like actually hitting the opponent trying to intercept him. That being said, Kirbo not able to find the revenges. It's just too variable of a timing. However, he is able to get a revenge. That lariat, for example, he might have been able to kill there if he'd been able to get the revenge on that. Just barely is not able to intercept it. Here we see the up smash there that finally able to revenge the Nikita. However, he's launched off stage, so it might be too late. Side special to stall out the timing, air dodging back, trying to reach the end of it. He now has the landmine placed that will stick to opponents who come into contact with it, so he'll have to play very cautiously of it. Tries revenging an approach. Both characters potentially have a landmine stuck on them, however it's unclear which it is or if it just despawned. He's able to parry the forward air. There it is. The landmine comes out, killing both characters. Snake does deal self-damage with occasionally with some of his moves, namely the mining grenades there. Runs into the charge down smash, gets hit by the dash attack. Kirbo appears to be struggling this set. However, judging by the fact that he won game 1, he might still have a chance of winning this. Looks like Trash Guy struggles when he's above him, and he accidentally jumps into the blast zone. The momentum from that forward smash not being enough. Trash Guy dominating and taking the set 2-1 in game 3.
Step into the ring.
And we have a treat for you today. We have a set from Swarzy here. Unfortunately, wasn't able to make it last week, however, was able to make it this week. Unfortunately, we weren't able to catch it, but the win streak has been lost. Swarzy's still recovering from the thumb injury that set him out last week. However, even still, he does have a positive record and might be looking to make a comeback here. Oh, and it looks like they've accidentally chosen the wrong stage, so game 1 will be beginning in a bit more time, and just take a minute. And hopefully we have game 1 actually starting now. Looks like they picked the right stage this time, going to Smashville. Swerzy, incredibly good steep player. Forto stage is best. However, we have seen earlier today that D Dicey is to be feared. Very good player here. Obviously, Lucas, Zoner, Steve, a very complex character, a ton of resource management here. His weapons all have durability. He has special moves that require specific materials. He has a ton of tools for every situation. This character is incredibly strong. Swerzy might be able to pick it up here. As we can see here, that down smash sends at a very low angle, just barely missing the anvil. Not able to hit, uses the up special off stage. Even with the thumb injury, Swerzy's decision making is still on point. Looks like the PK Fire is able to interrupt the minecart. However, he is still able to catch him with it occasionally. It's a very important tool for Steve in neutral, so this little tidbit of information might be enough for him to potentially give Swerzy some trouble. That being said, Swerzy has a dominant lead here, only having taken 43.6%. Taking him all the way to 137, just not able to get the kill. This could potentially be bad. D-Dicey might be able to make something happen here. That being said, Swerzy can still control the pace of the game through mining and resource collection. Once he gets those diamonds, he could potentially spend it, though that's not typically a Swerzy thing to do until he gets game stock 2. That being said, he does choose to use it here. Looks like he wants to end this game as quickly as possible. Lucas, difficult character to fight, very exhausting, a lot of projectiles you have to navigate. That being said, Steve's ability to force his approach with resource management might just be the thing he needs in this matchup. Just get stuffed out of the forward smash from back here, using, once again, a lot of that PK Fire there. Strong single hit attack. That grab has a ton of range, going to catch him sitting on ledge, goes for the forward air off stage, not able to get a PK Fire, getting his ledge get up, is able to interrupt it, doesn't go for the up smash, instead goes for forward air read, isn't able to get it, but that forward smash is going to be able to stop him. Swerzy trying to build a wall, isn't able to at 99%, just gets interrupted by the minecart, and that forward smash is going to take Swerzy's very first stock. However, because he saved diamonds from last stock, he still has diamonds, builds up the walls for resource management. PK freeze, not enough. Swerzy's shield, very small, not able to shield this one again. Potentially found the anti-block counterplay. Swerzy's probably going to build something above him if he wants to be able to avoid that PK freeze. Tries placing the block cover, accidentally falls down on it, wasn't at the right alignment. Swerzy not able to find an opening for this first stock. Dicey doing all this damage without taking any damage himself. This could potentially be huge if Swerzy isn't able to get diamonds by the time he gets his last stock. He'll have to mine on his last stock, which could potentially be very bad. Lucas back throw, good kill move. Barely misses. Hits him with a forward smash, though. This could be the swing of momentum that Swerzy needed. Uses block, makes up his timing, uses minecart to get back on stage, just narrowly avoids it. It's playing very afraid. That up smash wildly unsafe on whiff. That's going to be a back throw punish. Tries getting him off stage. Once again, misses the grab. Once again, hitting 2 forward smashes so far. Hits him with the up smash. Just barely avoids it. Gets hit by the dash attack. Looks like Swerzy going for an offstage play here. Uses the anvil. Uses the block to delay the anvil's fall to try and catch him. But does not work. Uses the PK Fire to launch him away. Uses minecart, however, to get right back quickly. Once again, using the PK Fire very effectively as an anti-edge guarding tool here, since it does go directly forward. Baits out the grab, however, isn't able to punish, trying to bait out the PK Fire, trying to find some way of counterplaying it. He's moving a lot, waiting for him to whiff an attack, and it works as he hits with the pivot forward smash, and that is going to give Swerzy game 1. We see in game 1 here, Swarzy very just generally dominating. A bit of trouble avoiding that PK fire though, and as we can see here, Lucas was able to adapt. Dicey making excellent use of PK freeze in order to get around simple block walls. The traditional steep block wall is 2 blocks high, 1 block deep, sort of like preventing a sort of roof to prevent that from happening. However, because PK freeze has a large hitbox, that might not be an effective strategy here. Swarzy's going to have to place blocks a lot more defensively in between stocks in order to gather the resources he needs, and if Dicey is able to prevent him from doing that, that could potentially be his key to the set. That being said, it doesn't look like Swarzy has any plans to let him go as they go to Kalos Pokemon Stadium. Better for Lucas in terms of recovery, however, in terms of general stage positioning, this might be in Swarzy's favor here. Both players playing a lot more cautiously here. Dicey gets the first hit. PK fire lands a bit of an air, however, Swarzy instantly gets the throw, and all of a sudden, Dicey's in a massive world of pain here. This is very dangerous. Stray Steve hits can just confirm into combos from essentially anything. Again, using blocks, trying to block it out. PK Freeze using a lot of shield damage. Swarzy not able to sustainably do that. Lucas having his own method of forcing approaches. Sort of countering Steeds. This could be the matchup that people have been looking for. However, Swarzy showing that just because you have one tool to stop one of his own does not a winning matchup make. Whiffs another up smash. That's very laggy. Able to punish it. Another plane getting huge openings. More just going so for single hits. Just misses. Just gets the forward smash blocked. Doesn't punish the dash attack. Both players just using a lot of moves. Combos the down air into it. Reflects the anvil because that is technically a projectile. And Lucas's forward smash reflects projectiles. Just misses the confirm of Nair in the forward air. Gets tapped by the PK fire. Using good use of that. Shields and parries the down smash. It's a very risky move. If he missed that, might have been the stock. Then carefully uses minecart, try to avoid him. Swarzy has diamond on deck. This is big. He now has his win condition. He's currently using gold. A weak moveset, but it's a lot faster. He's potentially looking to overpower him at range. Oh, predicts the roll in, doesn't get it. Goes for the down smash off stage. Goes for his own off stage play, just misses the block. So Electric gets hit out of by the PK fire. Able to dash back. Lucas unable to find a punish here. Both these players just absolutely going at it right now. Dicey, however, is going to finally, at 4 minutes and 57 seconds, gets hit by the forward smash, losing the first stock of the game. Swarzy at high percent. However, he gets an opening with the down air. Down tilt, just isn't able to confirm it. However, at 30%, and that back throw is going to kill Swarzy. Both players dead even in stock. However, Swarzy now has diamond. This is a game changer. Uses block to prevent an approach from below, simply gathering resources, and it looks like Dicey's just letting him do it. Zones out with minecart. Looks like Swarzy wants to has a lot of iron on deck here. Wants to try to get more basic materials for his block plays. Hits him with a forward smash off stage. This could potentially be that. He hits another forward smash, which he does there, just barely surviving. Is he going to hit it with another forward smash? It looks like Swarzy's trying to hit him with another forward smash. It looks like he's going to be doing a similar thing to he did at the end of the last game, where he simply moves around and simply lets Dicey run into his own attacks. However, his sword is going to run out of durability. This is massive. Crafts new diamonds. Swarzy at low percent. This is a pretty safe play. Now he has full durability on his sword once again, and full durability on the rest of his tools for that matter. This is going to be huge. The anvil is reflected. All of a sudden, Swarzy at his final stock in game 2. And that back air, even with only wood, that's going to be more than strong enough to kill. All of a sudden, Dicey has a huge tool against Steve's aggressive landings. However, gold, incredible combo potential, takes it to 43% off of a single up tilt. Gets hit by the minecart, avoids the PK fire. Swarzy going in with aggressive jabs. Tries using the anvil again despite the risk that it poses with Lucas's forward smash. Going off stage, the block doesn't work in his favor. Swarzy in a very precarious situation here. People assume he's going to have to lay off on those anvils a bit. Using minecart, trying to get him out. Is able to avoid the punish. Both players wailing on each other's shields. There could potentially be a shield break in here, though it is very unlikely. Hits with the forward smash off stage at 66%. If he gets hit by any of these, he could potentially die. That PK freeze is going to be incredibly dangerous. He just needs to get back on stage pronto. Just barely avoids it, gets hit by the back air. The grab just narrowly misses. Swarzy on thin ice here, trying to force an approach. Uses the back air, gets him off stage, goes for the iron, goes for the down smash, sends him careening to the other side of the stage, uses the minecart to force him into a neutral get up if he doesn't want to get clapped. Loses the pickaxe. This could potentially be massive. He needs to craft iron. That time just barely avoids a forward air. This is neck and neck. Just barely avoids another back air. Dicey is just playing both players playing very carefully. Swarzy trying to avoid a game 3 scenario, and that minecart's going to be enough. Swarzy takes the set 2-0 after a nerve-wracking game 2. Alright, Swarzy has one more set, and that will be the final set for us tonight. It's a makeup match against Vix Pops. Now, Swarzy here, unfortunately, did lose the winning streak. He dropped a set against Tab Zero, I believe it was. However, Swarzy still Florida Sage's best player. So, here's hoping that he can make the rest of the season just as successful as he has so far.
Step into the ring.
And it looks like the set may be beginning shortly. Vix Pops has just entered the arena. Alright, and here's the set. Swerzy once again playing a signature Steve while Vix Pops goes Zero Suit Samus. This character could potentially pose some problems. For one, she is very, very fast both in movement and frame data. She has good range on moves like neutral air and that Zair, as we can see here. She has a unique Zair attack using the grab button in the air. So she has a unique tether grab. You can see her trying to use it there. And most of all, she has her down special. That flip kick right there is invincible on frame 1 and makes juggling Zero Suit very difficult. We know that Swerzy here likes juggling, so Zero Suit could potentially prove roadblock here. Looks like he's trying to bait out aggressive approaches, and Swerzy is not taking the bait. Dealing 42% is a slightly, just barely misspaces the forward smash. This character is very evasive. A lot of her moves change her animation, so that way she's a lot closer to the ground, or generally very thin, hard to hit shapes. And that up air just barely beats out gets caught on his own anvil trying to run the approach. Playing very cautiously, just trying to build resources, trying to get to Diamond. Looks like he just had time to upgrade to Stone Tools. Taking up as many opportunities to gather resources as possible. This could potentially be bad. Flubs the punish on the down smash though. That move will stun the opponent in place. Rolls into Swerzy's up smash, so it's not enough to kill. Swerzy now at the percent deficit. With the anvil, forward smash not able to kill from the other side quite yet. That move is wildly unsafe, however, just isn't able to get the punish. Trying to use a lot of that down special. Dash attack just barely misses. Strong attack from Swerzy will be able to kill. Zero Suit is a very light character. Swerzy no longer has durability on some of his moves though, so he's going to play carefully. Looks like the axe, or that up smash, is going to be able to catch Zero Suit in the air. Swerzy takes the first stock, has nearly full rate, and finally gets Diamond. He's probably going to be saving that for stock 2, which could be coming sooner rather than later. Vix Pop's a bit of a lag here, but Vix Pop's playing on platforms, patiently waiting for Swerzy to approach. Swerzy not taking the bait, and that's going to hit the minecart startup. Swerzy loses his first stock. Someone's crafting table to him, gets Diamond Tools. Now he's very dangerous. If he gets a single opening, he could use this for massive damage. Looks like Vix is trying to play at range here. However, he gets caught by the grab, gets hit by the forward air, gets comboed. The down tilt multi-hits just missed. He predicts the roll in, however, just missed times. It uses the anvil to try and stop the aggressive approach. Just barely misspaces the side special, which barely misspaces the grab. Both players exchanging a flurry of whiffed attacks here, just trying to hit the other. Vix Pop's finally coming out on top with an up air into an up special. Forward smash sends Swerzy off stage. Swerzy trying to make it, just barely makes it through. That edge, very difficult to edge guard character, Steve, since he has so many options that he can use at will. Oh, that's going to be a huge punch, and that forward smash is going to take Vix's second stock. Swerzy at 105%. Both players seeming relatively similar in skill level. Oh, and Vix gets clipped by the up air, but it doesn't go for a punish. It only takes 20%. Swerzy could have converted that into significantly more damage if he had been able to land that. However, as it stands, he's now off stage and potentially lose his stock right here and right now. Trying to bait him out, tries hitting with the back air, but looks like pickaxe. It's close. Gets forward thrown off stage. Not enough knockback to kill. That is not a killing throw. Vix Pops tries going for the feint jump off stage, however, it just doesn't work. And that is going to work, though. That sounds like a nasty downwards angle where even Swerzy's close on stage. He's not quite able to get it. Gets combo, though. This is going to be huge. Gold's better frame data is coming in very useful here. All of a sudden, he's a lot faster. And that forward smash is going to take Vix Pops to game 2. Swerzy taking game 1. Zero Suit Samus here. Vix is putting up a fight here. Let's just say that. That final stock may not have shown it, but Swerzy typically goes against opponents that fall a lot quicker than this. Vix puts up a heck of a fight. Zero Suit obviously can avoid a lot of his approaches. That's not what Vix appears to be doing, though. He appears to be using feint jump as more of an aggressive approach tool and bait tool. He wants to get Swerzy to try and swing. He wants to get him to use an attack, so that way the feint jump invincibility combined with the large hitbox and generally fast ending lag of it can be used to essentially punish whatever it is he does. I'm guessing he's trying specifically to bait out up smash. That move is death on whiff. For what it's worth, though, Swerzy doesn't appear to be taking a bait. He also is making Vix's edgeguard attempts very, very difficult. Steve, incredible edgeguard recovery character, one of the best recoveries in the game. A ton of ways to get back to stage between minecart, between blocks, between up special, between just general movement and air dodge mix-ups that he can do. For what's worth, Zero Suit Samus doesn't need edge guarding all the time. She does have some fantastic kill options, particularly as we saw stock 1, that down smash that stuns the opponent. She can actually combo that into her up special, which a high percent is able to kill. It's a very consistent kill confirm. However, whether or not Vix is actually able to land down smash consistently is the question. Swordsy has some very evasive movement. That being said, Vix's own movement is incredibly evasive. Zero-Suit's a very evasive character. A ton of her animations, as I mentioned before, change the way her hurt box functions, so that way actually hitting her can be very difficult. Bit of a scramble situation here. Swordsy just has a slight lead, not being touched so far. However, gets clipped by the down air and gets clipped again by the forward air. Someone's crafting table to him, trying to get resources and just prevent an approach. Tries an approach of his own to try and bait the offense, however, it doesn't quite work. Oh, baits that, though, and that's going to be a punch on the up smash. That move deals a ton of damage. Vix at 70, now 88.7%. Oh, gets hit by that. That will bury a grounded opponent. It doesn't come into play very often, but it still is something to keep in note. Using my card as a way to get back. That's going to be a huge, should have been a huge punish, most likely missed. However, he is able to predict the jump back in and anti-air. Once again, anti-airing this time by predicting a attack, which he goes for, and catching the landing with the forward smash. He now has iron tools. There it is. There's the Steve combo, dealing a ton of damage. Vix Pop's already at 60 after a single opening, sucking a ton of lag after the side B that she uses there. Clashes. Zero-Suit's side B has 2 properties. If she holds out, it sends the opponent out, and if it holds in, it actually launches the opponent towards her. Looks like he just generally wants to try and get Swordsy off stage. However, edge guards aren't really good enough to where I think that would be a massive idea. And that anvil is actually going to take Vix Pops' stock. Swordsy at 3 stocks versus Vix's 1. Swordsy on match point right here. Goes off stage for an edge guard. Swordsy does it his own, and he gets the opening. This is going to be a ton of damage. And Vix Pops uses the down air trying to break the combo, or maybe just as an accidental buffer. Goes off stage. Swordsy takes the set 2-0 against Vix Pops. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so as far as I'm aware, that is going to be the final set of the night. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching, and we will see you tomorrow for Junior Varsity.